You must awaken. Ignore the noise. Follow my voice. If you do not, you will surely perish. Now, you must awaken. You must awaken now! Oh. Welcome back to the land of the living. I wouldn't try that if I were you. Your injuries are far too severe. You can barely walk, let alone stand. Well then, by all means. Go ahead and walk. Run if you must. I will not try to stop you. It would certainly save me the trouble of attempting to nurse you back to health. As I said, if you actually wish to recover, I would suggest doing what I said earlier and lay back down. Humans are so stubborn. What is it that you wish to accomplish by doing this? Do you honestly have someplace to go? Why do you look at me with such fear in your eyes? Oh, please. If my objective was to kill you, I assure you letting you bleed out in the middle of the Shemi Forest would be far more sufficient. As opposed to, I don't know, dragging your unconscious body nearly half a mile to my home while laying on my bed with a washcloth over your forehead. Speaking of which, it's time to change that. Will you stick still? Oh my, for the love of gods. Human, you... You know what? Fine. Pass out from the heat of your fever. If being unconscious makes you more cooperative, so be it. I do hope you realize that I am not obligated to help you, human. But if you decide to make things more difficult, I promise I will not help you. And if you end up passing out from a fever or from death, I assure you, your death will not be on my conscience, and I will not lose a moment's sleep over it. Now, will you do as I say? Or would you like to make things difficult? A wise choice. There. See? Simple. Just a washcloth. And now that you are cooled down, now what to do about that fever? Here. Drink this. What did I say about making things difficult for me? Then drink. See? Is following my orders so difficult? Well, not all medicines are supposed to taste like berries, just so long as they are effective. But it should help the fever go down. Well, I can eliminate a few possibilities as to why you have one. For instance, laying in the middle of the forest during winter is definitely a possibility. A significant amount of blood loss plus your injuries may have caused an infection. But no need to worry, I have already sewn that up. But I warn you again, do not run, walk, or stand. That stitchwork took me forever, it is perfectly symmetrical, and I will not have you ruin it. Then you can tear out the stitches and you can possibly bleed out and die, but mostly the stitchwork. Take it easy. Seems you've also got some severe burn marks on your back. A little bit on your shoulder. A little bit on the forearm. One moment. Keep calm. It is only aloe. You're quite fortunate this is only a first-degree burn. However, because it's the entirety of your back, it's gonna take a lot more of this. I'll have to make more tomorrow evening, so this will have to suffice for now. The medicine you took earlier should be kicking in relatively soon, and the pain will be numb by then. However, you will need to take it once every 4 hours. How long will it take? I swear you humans are so ungrateful. It will take as long as it is required, and the more you struggle, the worse it will get. I cannot nor will I rush this process of healing. Even if I could rush this process, you are in no position to make demands. Why are you so adamant about leaving? What is it exactly? Is my home not accommodating enough for you? My bed not soft enough? My pillows not fluffy enough? Then do tell me, what is it? I suppose on top of being the gracious host that I am, I have to also be the bearer of bad news. And I suppose it is best that I rip off the band-aid, so to speak. Given where I found you, the severity of your injuries, and the fact that you can't even look me in the eye without shuddering, and I can say with absolute certainty that you and your village had an encounter with the Shaolin. They are a clan of Kitsune-based warriors, and since they are part fox, they are far more clever and strategic than your average assassin. And they absolutely despise humans. You sound surprised. As if you don't know the obvious biases between kitsunes and humans. Seems that I'll be providing a history lesson as well. We kitsunes are demi-fox gods by nature, so monuments would be built around us. Then, if humans acquired some of our power, they would leave offerings for us. And in exchange, we give them our power. However, one day, an adventurer came around and left a, shall we say, less than stellar offering. But instead of refusing the human's offer, they decided to, say, play a trick on them. The adventurer acquired for a weapon that could be able to slay a dragon. But instead, they gave him a weapon. But it was not what the adventurer wanted. In fact, when the adventurer went to slay the dragon, the weapon he was granted broke immediately and was left severely injured. The adventurer thought that they had been cheated and decided to seek vengeance against the kitsune who did this and destroyed his monument. Outraged by this blatant sign of disrespect, the kitsunes who inhabited the temple cursed the men who did this. When they went back to the village, they gathered everyone they could and destroyed the kitsune temple in a fit of rage. Since then, the kitsunes and the humans had an endless cycle of hatred and violence, and to this day, there doesn't seem to be an end to it. And the Shaolin are no exceptions. But correct me if I'm wrong. But if I were to make a gamble, I would say that you had a run-in with the Shaolin. They ended up burning your village. You somehow managed to escape, most likely through a back entrance, or maybe you jumped out the window. Considering the burn marks, I assume they set fire to your village. A standard tactic for an ambush. You somehow got in contact with one of them. They came at you with a series of attacks, but you managed to escape through the forest. Seems they did not follow you. Honestly, quite sloppy if you ask me. Perhaps they came to the conclusion that the forest would end up killing you. And given the shape you were in before I found you, if I did nothing, you would have been correct. I understand your desire to go back to your village. See whether or not what remains, family or friends. But unfortunately, if it is true the Shaolin did attack, then I quite assure you, every human in that village is dead. You are an exception to the rule. Whoever chased you into that forest was arguably not of the elites. Chances are you came across a student, someone still learning the arts, and found a simpler way as to not get their hands dirty. And if not, you would already be dead. I wouldn't hold much hope out. I know of these things because to the Kitsunes, the Shaolin are legends, heroes. But to your kind, they are nightmares made flesh. Your best option for survival now is wait until you are fully recuperated, and then go as far away from here as humanly possible, and pray to whatever gods you believe in that they do not find you. I sympathize with your pain and your loss, but the time for mourning is later. For now, you must rest. When you have made a full recovery, you are more than welcome to leave. But until then, do as I say, and you will live. Do we have an accord? Very good. Now then, I'll be back again to change your towel and be back with more medicine. For now, it is best you rest.